Okay, good morning, everyone. Back again, 20th of April. It is Wednesday, so we are looking at the dollar index, the pound dollar, the euro pound, going through some trade analysis there. Just last night, we had our Traders Club session where we were going through some trade ideas on H1 time frame, identified both a continual dollar strength opportunities and also dollar weakness opportunities. So we saw a few good trades triggered and a few good trades that hit its take profit as well. So if you haven't already, Traders Club members, make sure you join our sessions on Tuesday and Thursday nights, 8 p.m. GMT plus 8. With our morning calls here at 11 a.m. GMT plus 8 again. It is recorded live. So if you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you join the session and make sure that if you look at any trade ideas, it might be slightly delayed on YouTube. So check out your charts before you jump into any trades. With that, quite a bit of a trade idea for today, especially on the pound dollar. But the focus for me this week looks like the US yen and the yen pairs. So make sure you turn up for tomorrow's session where I go through the yen pairs as well, right? So before anything, any information shared in this video is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of myself. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Right, so straight away looking at the news here today on Forex Factory, what else do we have? Not a lot of news to be had for the pound dollar in particular. We've spoken to the club members about the CAD CPI numbers. Expected 0.9%, was a 1% previously, month on month. Looking like we might see some moves on the pound, on the CAD dollar there. So watch out for that. Traders Club members, check out the videos. With the pound in focus, what else do we have? Thursday, again, no pound news. We had the CPI for New Zealand, which I told you about already. On Friday, Governor Bailey speaking at Washington for the macro week. So expect some moves, but I don't think it'll be big. I think we've already seen some moves developing here on the pound dollar. I'll tell you more about that shortly. And then we have a whole bunch of euro news. Pound manufacturing PMI numbers looking to drop slightly from a 55.2 to a 53.9. Services PMI number for the pound from a 62.6 to a 59.9. So looking like a drop again. And then Governor Bailey speaking on Friday night, again in Washington at a panel. So you can see that not a lot of news happening here for the pound dollar. I think that what we're looking at for this next couple of days, especially on the pound, will be a technical trade, not so much a fundamental driver, but more technical news pushing prices towards a direction, right? So now looking at the dollar index here, dollar with a big retrace on this H4 candle, DXY on a big retrace right now at this 100.68 level. So we're anticipating for it to hit that 101 level. It came as close as 101.92, 101.92 before retracing back down towards 100.68. At this point right now, I'm anticipating slightly more retrace, maybe towards that 100.60 level before finding a base. It might even go as far as back to that 100.50 or 100.40. So a quick update at this point, I'm looking for this to come back down to about that level before bouncing back up again. So might be looking at a counter trend scenario over the next couple of days because of the dollar index retracing that big move over the last couple of days or last couple of weeks, right? So with that, it actually makes the trades a little bit easier to anticipate. Looking at the dollar index here, looking at the pound dollar here, last night, right? Just to give you a bit of a insight into what we were talking about last night, we saw that candle come down. I'll show it to you on the H1 time frame. We saw at the end of our session at 9 o'clock, it came all the way down and tested this 1.2982 level. But what was shared during the session was that, unless it breaks this 1.2982, don't look to sell. Sit out, wait for it, because it needs to break past this point, which happened on the 13th of April and again on the 8th of April there. It failed to break and bounce quite strongly up, failed to break and bounce very strongly up. Again, last night failed to break and now it's bouncing back up again. So what you could be looking for on the pound dollar on the H4 time frame here will be a continuation towards the upside for the pound dollar. That dollar weakness should push the pound dollar higher. Looking for this to move up. You can have two kinds of trades. One very short term trade, looking at a possible move at this point right now towards the resistance of 1.3060. So about a 20 something pip move, very tight stop loss, maybe a 15 pip for a 20 pip towards the upside, a 1:1.3 risk reward ratio towards that resistance level, right? Or you can be being a little bit more aggressive, have your take profit towards that 1.31 level. So look to buy from this point, a little bit aggressive, look to buy from this 1.3034 level, tight stop loss, maybe even a 20-30 pip stop loss there, a take profit of 70 pips towards the 1.31 level, a 1:2.5 risk reward ratio towards the upside for the pound dollar. This is also all dependent on the dollar weakening. If you want to be a lot safer, what you can be looking at is for a buying opportunity, sit out, wait for it to break this 1.3060 level before buying. Then you'll be looking at I'll move this in a little bit. Right, so you can look at that trade idea. You can keep your stop loss very tight there, about 15 pips, take profit at about 40 pips, a 1:2.65 towards the upside for the pound dollar towards as it breaks above that 1.3060 level. So first trade idea, a little bit more aggressive, look to enter now, 1.3035. Your stop loss will be about 28-30 pip stop loss, take profit at about 70 pips. You want to make that decision at this level whether to close out or not. And if it does break, you want to be safer. You can be looking to buy above 1.3065. And then you have a 15 pip stop loss, a 40 pip take profit level, a 1:2.6 risk reward ratio towards the upside. So this is all pushing higher, looking for the dollar to get weaker, looking for that big correction on the pound dollar towards the upside. If we do see the pound dollar push higher, then what you're likely to see on the euro pound will be for it to drop lower, right? But not so straightforward. One thing I like about the euro pound is that candle there, right? That candle there, how it's tested and rejected that 0.83 level. Looks like it's going to go down. But with the pound dollar pushing higher, I'll show you, do a quick recap on the euro dollar as well. Euro dollar now looking to push higher. So our sell opportunity didn't trigger, and that one didn't trigger last night as well. So now it's pushing back up again. If the euro dollar goes up and the pound dollar goes up, then what we're likely to see is for the euro pound to sit in a consolidation. It's going to test lower, bounce back up, sit below this 80.83 level, but I don't think it'll drop quite significantly. The thing to look out for is if we see the euro dollar move up, but not significantly, right? It can move up towards this 1.0841 level, 1.0840 level, and sit there. So it does move up, but it has a limited upside. And then on the pound dollar, we see that move significantly higher than what you're likely to see on a euro pound is for it to turn down. So as a trade idea, what to look out for on the euro pound here will be to look to sell, right? Not immediately look to sell down, below 0.8290, stop loss at about 20 pips, take profit towards the low point at 28 pips or 30 pips, a 1:1.4, 1:1.5 risk reward ratio towards the downside for the euro pound. But this is going to be a lot more tricky. You need to see the move on the pound dollar, big upside, limited upside on the euro dollar for this euro pound to test significantly lower, or to test that 8258 or 8260 support level. So I wouldn't rate the euro pound too high. I would rate the pound dollar bouncing up. It's happening right now towards the upside a lot more. And then I would also look at the euro dollar pushing higher, or dependent on this dollar index to push lower. Right now at this 100.58, it looks like we're going to see a big retrace on the dollar index, possibly testing that 100.41 level before bouncing back up again. So looking at that move there before pushing back up again towards that high point. So quite a lot more volatility at this point, all counter trend trades. Bear in mind that as we look into tomorrow, just to give you a bit of an insight in tomorrow, why my focus for this week is all on the yen pairs, is because a lot of news coming from Bank of Japan. One, to conduct unlimited fixed rate purchase on the 10-year bonds. Cabinet Secretary is looking at FX moves with a sense of urgency. So it's coming close. The US yen is at, or tested a 129.46 level, came very close to that 130 level where they said they're going to worry and get worried. So it's gone to that level. It's retracing back down now. I'll tell you more about the US yen tomorrow with more trade ideas. I think we're going to see, a lot more profit opportunities there. But for now, if you have any questions, Traders Club members, put it into the club platform. We're updating more trade ideas throughout the day. With that said, trade well, trade safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.